Hello everyone, Professor Squatch here with my second ever Pokemon challenge. This time we attempt to beat Pokemon Red using only a Diglett. Diglett is a weak Pokemon to say the least. Its base stats total 265 with a major focus on speed with a base 90 speed. It's not as weak as some baby Pokemon, but it's not much stronger either. It has terrible defense, HP, and only a barely passable attack stat. It only has 3 weaknesses, but 2 of them are pretty common types, like water and grass. But ice will be a problem too. Its moveset isn't great, but it can and will learn Earthquake and Mud Slap, which we may be able to use to cheese through most of the challenge. Otherwise, we will need some non-ground type attacks to hit flying type Pokemon, as ground moves don't hit them. Ghost type Pokemon will be the biggest problem, as we can only learn a handful of moves that can hit a ghost type with the ability Levitate. The rules are as follow. I can use only Diglett in battle, and the only other Pokemon that I can have are for HM usage. They cannot be used in battle. No items or even held items in battle except for an Everstone, because that gives you no advantage and it helps with me not having to remember to hit B when I accidentally evolve, and not having held items just means I want to torture myself on this one. Yay. No return TM, as that's a cheesy move to use since max friendship will occur no matter what, so I figured why not make this a little bit harder and get rid of what would be probably Diglett's strongest move for a non-ground type move. Another optional challenge I have is to not use the double team TM if possible. I feel like that is absolutely cheesing it and trying to make it, pretty much possible in the Elite Four. So I'm going to try to avoid the double team TM. If I get through a bunch of attempts and I can't beat the game without double team, then I will, get rid of this optional challenge and actually use it. And for note, this part is recorded before I attempt the actual challenge. So my prediction will be that I may be able to beat this game, but it's going to take some serious strategy, and I'm probably going to be doomed to any and all water type moves. With all of that out of the way, let's get this challenge started. To start, I used a universal randomizer tool to replace Charmander with Diglett. This ensures our rival, Governor, gets Squirtle, who has the best type advantage over Diglett. Just to make this even harder, the first battle between myself and Governor goes really well. Sweet. Moving on to the first gym already. I did a lot of training to learn the ground move Magnitude before battling Brock, which makes beating the first gym a breeze. The only trouble I had was against the trainer in the gym who had a Sandshrew. Brock is an easy sweep though with Magnitude. After getting badge number 1, I teach Diglett Rock Tomb to allow it to be viable to use against flying type Pokemon, as ground moves won't be able to hurt them. Before we get to Cerulean City, we stop at Mount Moon to collect our fossil. I decide to shame myself in front of Lord Helix and take my favorite, the Dome fossil, instead. I knew you'd ask which one I'd take, but anyways, ask in the comments below because Madrybread says it's good for the YouTube algorithm. Also, be sure to follow Madrybread and myself on Twitter. He's a cool guy, and I'm me, so yeah, Twitter. Next, we go to Cerulean City to face our first real obstacle, Misty and her water Pokemon. It actually took a few tries just to beat her trainers. Against Misty, though, we didn't stand a chance, as Water Pulse just decimates Diglett every time. I'm gonna have to grind out some levels. While grinding, I decided to try the second rival fight, which goes really well. His Pokemon aren't really a challenge to my Diglett at this point, as they are far slower and Diglett's decent attacks can finish his Pokemon before he even moves. So after that success, I decided to go back to Misty and try again at level 26. She once again decimates me with Water Pulse. Staryu is manageable, but Starmie is an absolute tank right now. So I decided to grind some more levels and try to get a higher attack stat. At level 30, I try again but get destroyed by Starmie again anyways. I decided to try one more time using Dig instead of Mud Slaps, and sure enough, that's all I needed to be able to handle the Starmie this time around and secure badge number 2. After this, I do the third rival battle on the SS Ann, and that goes extremely well as he's under level compared to me and Diglett outspeeds everything. That speed is Diglett's saving grace for now. Next is gym number 3 in Lieutenant Surge's electric Pokemon, which get absolutely steamrolled by Diglett using Dig. Next, at level 44, we battle the rival again in Lavender Town in the creepy cemetery building I forget the actual name of. It looks like it's going to go just as well as the other battles against Governor when his stupid Exegcute puts us to sleep, leech seeds us, and uses confusion to send us packing for our first loss to this guy. Welp. I try again, and with better luck, this time we handle Exegcute thanks to much better sleep luck, and we finish the job this time, allowing us to move on. The Team Rocket hideout isn't as easy as I'd hope. Coughing is an absolute tank to deal with high defense, immunity to ground moves, and having the ability to poison me. I actually white out quite a few times in the Rocket hideout, even though we outlevel every Pokemon significantly. Giovanni is a breeze though, as his Pokemon can't handle the ground move Earthquake, which is pretty much what I dominate everyone with at this point in the game. Next up is Erica and the Grass Gym, which I'm terrified about. But then I turn around and easily handle her team and make it look easy. Wow, Diglett is actually doing well in this so far. On to Fuchsia City, where we battle against Koga, and Koga is no joke. I swear he's almost forgettable in any other challenge I've ever seen, but for some reason Diglett's worst nightmare is a coughing or wheezing. They constantly knock him out. We aren't able to handle Koga yet, so I'm going to return after some grinding. Once I come back, we finally get to his wheezing again, and after battling through bad accuracy drops from smoke screens and being poisoned, we managed to land the 2 critical slashes that we needed to beat Koga and secure the badge. Next, I decide to tackle Team Rocket and Silphco, and once again we keep having problems fighting coughings and wheezings. The problem is Diglett can't hit them with ground moves that would be super effective because they have the ability Levitate, and their high defenses make it tough to use normal moves like Slash, or the only other attacking move that I have, which is Rock Tomb, and Diglett can't really learn anything else that's helpful against them. Man, this is tough. Anyways, along the way through Silphco, we encounter an unexpected rival battle. This time Governor has a Blastoise, and even though it goes down easily, Exegcute manages to paralyze Diglett. But Diglett powers through and finishes the battle rather easily. I do like that Diglett's speed is so high it outspeeds everything, even when it's paralyzed. Giovanni Part 2 is once again an absolute disaster for him because Earthquake ruins his team. I take on Sabrina, and Diglett handle her with Earthquake and Rock Tomb due to her having low defense. Easy win. Blaine is the next gym leader, and his fire Pokemon stand no chance against my Earthquakes, except Arcanine, who gets healed annoyingly a couple of times before we finish it off with Earthquake and claim badge 7. The final Giovanni battle is up, and this time it's for the final badge. And once again, Earthquake baby, as his team is sent packing and he's forced to disband Team Rocket, thanks to me. Now we can go to the Elite Four to attempt to finish this run, except, oh, a final rival battle is thrown at us. And this is where you'll see Diglett start to fail. Even at level 77, Diglett doesn't stand much of a chance against Governor and his team due to Pidgeot almost always hitting Feather Dance on us, making it hard to KO it with Rock Tomb. And once we do, Blastoise just comes in and one-shots us with Water Gun when our health is lowered due to Pidgeot. So I grind to level up and keep trying, only to figure out that this is almost impossible right now. We lose over and over to our rival, even at level 80. Can I even make it to the Elite Four like this? Back to the grind. Now I come back at level 90, and finally I get past his Blastoise and then sweep through the rest of his team without incident. Whew, that was terrible. It took forever to grind out levels in the abandoned mansion on Cinnabar Island, which is honestly the only good place I could think of to grind out levels. Just a note, I do use the speed up mechanic to try and get this challenge done in a timely manner. This probably would have equated to hours and hours of grinding to level up, and even at full speed, I had level 30 something Rattatas taking out my Diglett if it wasn't at full health. Alright, now we're ready to go after the Elite Four. Here are our stats. At level 92, we have amazing speed and manageable attack, but everything else is a weakness, especially that under 100 defense. You think I can beat the Elite Four as is? Put your guess in the comments below. Let's give it a go. First up is Lorelei, the Ice-type Elite Four member, which we're super weak to. Diglett struggles against Dugong, but manages to take it out and then takes down Cloyster. Slowbro though doesn't go down easily as Earthquake isn't doing much damage, and we lose our first attempt. Let's try again, I guess? We once again lose when we get to Slowbro. Mind you, we're level 92 and don't have much room for growth at this point, so I decide leveling up to 100 and will probably be the only way to do this. I attempt to take on Lorelei again at level 100, and sure enough, Slowbro destroys Diglett easily. If you thought the final rival fight took me forever, this was way worse. I then attempt to beat Lorelei several times, only to lose most of the time to Slowbro. I make it to her Lapras a couple times and always end up losing. Can we even beat the first Elite Four member? I just keep trying and trying until I get this lucky run where I take only hail damage before making it to the Lapras. We finally take it out. Next up is Bruno, who is so much easier to defeat. Thank you. It's absolutely crazy the difference type advantage has in this run. Once we beat Bruno, we move on to member number 3, Agatha. And because I was dumb and didn't use an Ether on Rock Tomb, the only move that can hit her Gengars and Haunter, we eventually go down to her second Gengar. On my second attempt against Agatha, I decide to save an Ether and use Slash on Golbat instead of Rock Tomb. And even though her Gengar gets a curse off on Diglett, we manage to get through her team and finish Arbok with an Earthquake, with Diglett sitting at 2 HP. Way to go, little guy. Now it's on to the Dragon Master Lance, and I'm feeling confident we can beat him after managing to get through the first 3 members. Gyarados is our first opponent, and its Intimidate makes this much harder. Rock Tomb does not do as much damage as I need it to after the attack gets lowered, and neither does Slash. After some back and forth, Gyarados fires Hyper Beam and takes us out. What happens next is the most deflating thing that's ever happened to me in Pokemon, besides my Pokemon Crystal version save file being lost to a dead save battery. Eventually, attempt after attempt after attempt of trying to take out Lance's Gyarados with my Diglett. Under my rule set I applied, I can't. Hyper Beam doesn't miss often and always takes me out. I managed to get past Gyarados maybe twice just to be one-shot by Aerodactyl next. I can't beat Lance this way. Not even close. So I decide to break my optional challenge rule and replace Dig with Double Team. Thankfully, that was an optional rule, right? So I attempt to take Lance on, hoping for good critical hit luck and accuracy luck using Double Team. Guess what? No matter how many times I tried, Gyarados ended up hitting me with Hyper Beam, usually anyways, or Aerodactyl finishes Diglett off. I can't get past Lance. I can't even get past his first 2 Pokemon. I researched the TMs that Diglett can learn once again, and there's nothing that can help. Maybe learning Return, which is against my rules, would help, as it's probably stronger than Slash, but even then I'd have to reattempt the already difficult to beat first 3 Elite Four members before getting to Lance again. The only other potential move that can be learned is a random move tutor can teach Diglett Rock Slide in place of Rock Tomb. That could help as it's slightly more accurate than Rock Tomb and can cause flinching, but again, I'd have to make it past Lorelei and the other Elite Four members to get to Lance again. So for now, I've decided that it can't be done under my current rules. You can't beat Pokemon Fire Red with only a Diglett without some kind of boosting held item, which I banned, items in battle, which I banned, and or potentially the TM for return, which I banned. So for this challenge, it's a fail. If you'd like to see if I could do it using Rock Slide and Return and possibly a held item that would boost rock moves or normal moves or something, let me know in the comments. I am a bit disappointed because I always figured it's possible to beat a game with just about any Pokemon except maybe Magikarp. But man, this was deflating. A level 100 Pokemon with terrible stats just wasn't meant to be what is used to beat the entire Pokemon game. Also, I have a new hatred for coughing and wheezing that will not be going away anytime soon. Thanks for watching though, and be sure to like the video and comment your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content and find my Pokemon podcast on all your major podcast providers. Until next time, trainers, this is Professor Squatch.